In this tutorial, we're going to look at the Schema app, which just got added to Piccolo. So it's got two cool commands. The first one is generate, and this will create the Piccolo tables for us from an existing database. And the second one is graph. So this will look at your Piccolo tables and will create a nice visualization based on those tables, which is a really good way of understanding what's going on. So to get started, we're just going to hop over to the terminal, and you'll see here that we're inside a basic Piccolo project. So we just created this with Piccolo ASCII new. So if I just open this up in VS Code, you can see here it's all just a stock code. And here we just have the example table that comes with Piccolo ASCII new. The only thing we've changed is if we look inside Piccolo conf, we've now changed this to be an existing database rather than a new one. So if I hop over here and use Piccolo SQL shell run, ignore this error, we just haven't run some migrations. So then we can have a look, and this lists all of the tables. So you can see here that there's a bunch of existing database tables. So the way we can bring these into our new project is as follows. So use Piccolo schema generate, and then if we just run this, you'll see that it outputs all of the tables into standard out. So what we can do is we can then pipe this into our home tables file. So remember, beforehand it's just the stock table, and then when we run this, we now have, it's now basically mirrored all of the tables from our existing database. So this is a nice time saver. It's not 100% perfect at the moment. There's some features we haven't been able to mirror yet. So if database columns have defaults, we haven't mirrored those at the moment. They're just the stock ones. But we plan on improving this with time. But even as it is, it's a huge time saver compared to writing all of these out by hand. Okay, so let's just go back to our project. You'll see that Piccolo app's already configured to use Table Finder, so it knows about all of these tables. So what we're going to do now is create a migration. So we do Piccolo migrations new, and then the name of the app is home, and then auto. So see here that we've now created a migration based on all of these new tables, and we can verify that it exists here. So the problem we have now is we want to fake apply this migration. So fortunately, Piccolo has this ability, so we can do Piccolo migrations forwards home, and then there's this -- fake option. So what happens is it adds the row to the migration table so that Piccolo thinks it ran it, but it actually didn't do any of the DDL transformations. So we're in a situation now where we have our Piccolo tables that mirror what's in the database. We've created our initial migration, we fake applied it, so now we can continue to build upon this project. So for example, I can come back now and to tables, so say concert. So let's just give this a title. So now we can create another new migration, and then we can apply this new one. We've got a nice foundation now to continue to build upon this project. Okay, so the next tool that we have to discuss is Piccolo schema graph. So just look at the help text around this. So this uses Graphviz. So what we do is when we run this, it spits out all this markup language, and it looks a little bit like HTML, but then with a bit of strange syntax. And what this is it's a dot file, and Graphviz can read this dot file and then create all sorts of different images, which is really cool. So what we can do is pipe it to dot. So dot is the CLI for Graphviz. And then if we do -t PDF, if we want it as a PDF, and then we give it an output file, so graph.pdf. Again, ignore these errors. So I can open the graph. So you can see here that we now have a nice visualization. And we have the lines which show the foreign keys. So for example, band 1 has a foreign key to band, so we've got a line. And just quickly, if you don't have Graphviz installed, because Graphviz is quite a big dependency, the other option is to pipe it to your clipboard. So on the Mac it's pb copy, but then there'll be equivalents for all other operating systems. And then I discovered this nice little online tool just on github.io, Graphviz online, and you can just paste it in here. And then it'll do the same, it'll create your image for you, and then you can just download it in any format that you like. Okay, so that's it for today. So I hope you find the Schema app useful. Thank you very much.